Fee. Hey, Tracy. What should we do today? Let's watch this hit TV show with girls like you and me. It's it we really like, and best of all, it's free. Squirrel eyes are watching Geek Girl TV. Squirrel eyes are watching Geek Girl TV. I'm Star Spectrum. You have to young winery. Apple my easy. Geek Girl TV. Television for the computer savvy.
Hello and welcome back to another edition of Geek Girl TV. My theme song is created by The Days, which you can check out at myspace.com/TheDaysGirls. As usual, I'm your Geek Girl host, and this week I'm showing off my Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends shirt. Don't forget about my quiet intensity. I got it at Hot Topic, and they still have them in case you want to get one, but actually, the joke's on me apparently. I mean, I love blue, but I went shopping at Hot Topic, one of the people closest to me, and although he doesn't watch the show, he thought this shirt was made for me. Apparently, I project a quiet intensity. I don't get it. And maybe you don't either, because on my vlog, I'm usually talking. But I think maybe the people who know me will find it quite funny. I think that anybody who works on a computer diligently all day has a quiet intensity, but I think that it's more than that. Moving on. So last week I pondered why the newly created Transformers in the movie were so homicidal, such as the cell phone and the Mountain Dew machine. Well, nobody got back with me with their thoughts, so I decided to do a little experimentation of my own. So I went on Amazon.com and bought myself an Allspark. Man, do they sell everything these days. I'm sure glad I own stock. Anyway, beware, if you want one, they are back ordered. But it's a good thing they took care of Megatron, because there'd be nothing stopping him from getting one and taking over the world. He'd just have to wait 2 to 3 weeks, and then another week or two for Super Saver shipping. Now, I don't know if my Allspark is full potency or not, but the first thing I tried it on is my favorite lamp. And maybe it's because there's not much to a lamp that it's not that homicidal, but it is a little grumpy. Here's some home video. Let me know what you think. Hey, lamp, why don't you clap yourself on?
Oh, good one. Clap on, clap on. Like that never gets old. Why,
I'd take grumpy over homicidal any day. Autonomous sentient appliances is such a good idea. I don't even have to clap for myself anymore. Next week, I think I'm going to try my refrigerator. Next up, I read from your letters. But first, let me say, a couple people have commented that I talk about comic books too much, when in actuality, very few episodes have I ever talked about comic books. I do talk about superheroes a lot because I have the Leetors, but I can't avoid that. Hello, the world's not going to save itself. First up, Robert sends me a picture of a crocheted Ewok. That's really fantastic, Robert. Thank you very much. I went online and I was actually able to find the pattern for crocheted Ewok, but the URL was really big, so rather than type it in if you're interested, it's easier for you to just go Google it yourself. And there's a lot more out there if you're interested. Amigurumi is the Japanese art of knitting or crocheting small stuffed animals. I'd be curious to know if any of you at home have ever made any amigurumi or anything similar. If you have, send me a picture. Next up, Lightor introduces himself. My name is Lightor, and I am a superhero. My abilities work with anything related to light, whether it be artificial light, ultraviolet light, and so on. There isn't a place on this earth that I can't be at a split second to help defend the weak or uphold justice with my trusty quarterstaff at my side. And not only that, I work for the Geek Squad on my off hours of saving the world. That's pretty cool, Lightor. It's nice to meet you. Next up, Ken sends in his application to be considered for a member of the Leetors. Ken writes, I want to join as my superhero, the Bartender. By day, the bartender is a mild-mannered mixologist who has the ability to mix great cocktails and garnish them with attractive paper umbrellas and fruit skewers. But he also has the power to alter liquids on a molecular level, changing any drink into any other. For example, as the supervillain sits in his lair manning his master control system, the bartender can sneak up and change his tall glass of Red Bull and Mountain Dew to warm milk and honey, putting the villain to such a deep snoozy sleep that he drools into his control panel and it shorts out. He can turn Pepsi into Coke, and Coke into RC Cola, and RC Cola into Fresca. It's a powerful responsibility. Thank goodness he's resigned himself to only using it for good, not evil. Amen to that. I'm sure glad you're on our side, bartender. Being able to change one liquid into another liquid isn't just cool, it's Messiah cool. In fact, if we could only find a guy who could feed a whole group of people with a single extra value meal, you two could team up and be like a super Messiah cool fighting team. So if anybody out there knows that guy, we'll call him the Supersizer. Let him know that the Litors are looking for him. So that makes up this week's show. Be sure to send in your Litor applications if you already haven't to geekgirl@clevermedia.com. I'll see you next week. Excelsior!
Oh, good one. Clap on, clap on. Like that never gets old. Why, I oughta.
Meow.